Hey guys, Claire here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about all things Harry and Meghan. We love to see how lovingly Harry and Meghan interact with each other, and how warmly they are received and interact with others that they meet while in Colombia. But let's not forget the real objectives for their trip. The Duke and Duchess participated in the Responsible Digital Future Summit, which was hosted by the Archwell Foundation in partnership with the Office of the Vice President of Colombia and Luminate. The event focused on creating a healthier digital environment. The summit highlighted the importance of online safety in the global south, where most of the world's population resides. The couple, along with Nobel Peace Prize winner Maria Ressa and Vice President Francia Marquez, discussed ways to promote a more responsible and inclusive digital future. They emphasized the need to prioritize information integrity and human connection.
One of my biggest worries is that for as long as social media is the way that it is, we will forever be divided, because we're no longer arguing over facts. We're debating and arguing over misinterpreted information. We're being misled. We're misleading each other, and we're being misled at the same time. Myself and my wife, we believe that information integrity is a fundamental right.
The gift that keeps on giving, the UK Digital Daily Mail, is covering the start of Harry and Meghan's visit to Bogota, and it seems to have got off to a brilliant start with some great PR and photo opportunities and a genuine adoration and concern for all human beings from these two, Harry and Meghan. And of course they look relaxed, and of course they look smart, and of course they're greeting the country's leaders in a non-royal and most appropriate way. They just look really, really human. And in 2024, and all the horrible things the world is going through, being human is the best thing you can have. They look far away from the stiff, lazy, British working royal family. I'm going to cover this with interest. What do they do? Who do they see? What do they talk about? What issues do they want to raise using the power of their media spotlight? Good luck on the tour, you two. Hope you stay safe. All good. Not much happening in the UK.
Harry and Meghan, along with the Vice President, also visited another public school. This particular visit celebrated education, emotional well-being, and community spirit. They were welcomed by the head of the school, who gave them a tour of the campus. The school showcased traditional Colombian performances and a historical memory museum. The couple interacted with students, planted a tree in the urban garden, and explored the school's socio-emotional gym. Now, this socio-emotional gym is a program that allows the students to enhance their emotional well-being through various activities. This particular visit was one of my favorite because there are so many adorable moments captured. Seeing Harry and Meghan interact with the children, seeing the way this little girl was just staring at Harry with so much love and adoration, the hugs from the little girls towards Meghan, and this little one holding on to Meghan for dear life. It's said that Meghan was communicating with her as well as the other students in Spanish. We know that the Duchess is fluent in Spanish, so perhaps that lent to the little girl feeling very comfortable with the Duchess. And also, some people pointed out just how similar the little one looked to a younger Meghan Markle. We also saw Harry busting a little move. And he's been doing a lot of that for this trip. But Harry isn't the only one, because I've seen this video of Meghan having a good old time busting a move on just about every social media platform within the past 24 hours. So yeah.
Like, how you mad at me for being mad at you for something you did to me? That just don't make sense to me, bruh.
And for all of the talk about the safety issues in Colombia from the British media, it's interesting that so many from the British media have made their way to Colombia. They were not invited, they are not part of the tour, but nevertheless, they flew down to Colombia. I believe so far the Daily Mail, I've seen a reporter for GB News and BBC. So they have no access. I believe the only one that really had official access to Harry and Meghan is from Harper's Bazaar here in the US. So that's interesting. If it's so unsafe, What the hell are you doing there? You stalker. And for all the boys and girls of the UK tabloids insistent on labeling Harry and Meghan's trip as a quasi-royal tour, I'd argue that it's not. It's so much better. Well, for one, they're invited. They don't just force themselves upon these nations. They are invited by high-ranking officials. And as you can see, there is a unique an interesting balance of them being personable and having fun and being lighthearted and truly engaging with the people that they meet and packing in a lot of engagements in those short time spans. Harry and Meghan also met with the members of the Colombian Public Forces. They also met with veterans from Colombia and, of course, the Team Colombia of the Invictus Games. Harry, Meghan, and Vice President Marquez visited the Center for Inclusive Rehabilitation. Now, this facility supports active duty service members and veterans, and this is also where the Team Colombia trains for the Invictus Games. The couple was greeted by military officials and a veteran band playing cumbia, forgive me if I butchered that, and salsa. They toured the center's amenities like the swimming pools, rock climbing walls, etc. Harry got in on a little volleyball game. He did that in Nigeria as well. And they got to meet Korean War veterans and explore the art hall featuring work by Invictus athletes. So yeah, packed schedule. And seeing these smiles of all of the different veterans, not surprising, Prince Harry just seems so happy and at ease and at home. I love the way he lights up and is obviously very passionate about all things related to veterans. And from the smiles and photographs and videos that we've seen, it seems like that love and admiration is reciprocated.
Have spoken to school children in Spanish as they continue their 4-day tour of Colombia. They were visiting a school in the capital, Bogota. More from our South America correspondent, Ione Wells.
A Colombian spectacle to greet Prince Harry and Meghan. They spent their second day of their trip to Colombia meeting more young people at this school, known as one of the top schools in the world. The focus of this trip has been to highlight their campaigns to make the internet safer for children. They were shown activities these children do to help their physical and mental health. It comes after Meghan said on the first day of their visit that being a mother drove her to help keep children safe online.
Journalists weren't allowed to any of the events that the couple did on their second day of their visit to Colombia. They brought their own camera team, which they said was to ensure that events were represented accurately. But what that means is that all that we can see of the events they've done is what they want us to see, much like a lot of the events that members of the royal family do.
Their team shared these images with us of their visit in the afternoon. They met Colombia's Invictus Games team, the sports competition Prince Harry founded. It's for wounded, sick or injured armed servicemen and women, past and present. This visit marked the final stop on the couple's tour of the capital Bogota, before they head north to the coastal city of Cartagena.
Hello everyone, I'm just here to do a pulse check. How are you guys doing today? How is everybody doing? William Parker Bowles, are you okay? Kotex Rex, are you all right? King Charles's second wife, how are you doing? How about Prince William's first wife? How is she doing today? What about the Royal Circus, the Royal Rats, the Crown Critters? What about the body language experts? How are you guys doing today? I know y'all are mad because this doesn't really fit your body language expert conspiracy theories, so you're losing money, so I know you're mad. Well, I hope they all have the day that they deserve. Toodles! Mwah.
Now, this is not related to the Colombian trip in any way, but I thought that it was hilarious nonetheless. Now, this is from the casting director of The Crown, and it says, "It's been nearly a year since The Crown ended after 6 seasons on Netflix, but casting director Robert Stern says he still gets requests about opportunities to portray a specific member of the royal family." Speaking with Variety, Stern says that he continues to get letters from actors asking if they can play Meghan Markle. Final episodes of The Crown were released on Netflix on December 14th, 2023. "I still get letters saying, 'Please, can I be Meghan Markle?'" Stern said, "and I think, well, The moment's gone. They'll never be able to erase her legacy, her memory, her. And I love that for them.
Meghan is that girl. She's going to stand up for herself. William had a problem with that. But he respected her. He respected who she was. And that's why he didn't want Harry tainting Meghan's view of him. Until it got to the point that everything just broke down. Can you imagine being the heir and realizing you're concerned about this person's, what they think of you? That would infuriate someone like William. He wouldn't sit in a moment of self-reflection and ask why. That's not who he is. That's not who he is. He's not going to do that. The fact that he recognized he didn't want this woman to have an opinion of him that was less than healthy, that baffled him. He didn't know what to do with that. It's like when people meet you for the first time and maybe you've never had any contact or dealing with them and they expect you to be one way and then you turn out to be this way. They have one or two reactions. They're curious about who you are and they want to get to know you better because who you are challenges what they previously believed, right? Or they're pissed off that you didn't fit into the box they created for you. There is no in between. It's one of the two. He went with the latter. And she's nothing like Kate. Meghan did not come into this family bowled over by their titles. Personally, we think that's a little bit silly. I mean, we do in America. We think that's silly. I understand why she chose to have the titles for her children because they are a prince and a princess because their father is a prince. So why wouldn't they have the titles? Everybody else got them. But she didn't come in bowing and scraping and being, oh my God, I'm so grateful that you got. She came in as an equal. Of course she did. Let me tell you something. When you know who you are, that doesn't mean that you're disrespectful to people or you're doing things and you're mean-spirited. It means you know who you are. You know the foundation upon which you stand. Nobody can shake you in that. You don't have to come in showing this air of gratitude. Meghan wasn't grateful enough. And she walked into that family just as if she was equal. And she was incorrect. She's not equal. She's better. She's better at the job. She's better at demonstrating her passion, or passions with an S. She's better at organizing. She's better with crowds and connecting. And they couldn't stand it.
And for the fashion lovers, Glamour had a piece that says Meghan Markle and these sensible heel sandals that all the royals should copy. And I totally agree. Those Jimmy Choos are adorable. I especially love the heel. This particular article from Vogue Spain says every time Meghan Markle's passport gets stamped, the American steals the show. Ain't that the truth?
You'd have thought that to be patron of a charity whose whole purpose is against animal cruelty, that you'd have to be against animal cruelty. But not so in the UK, no. King Charles is patron of the RSPCA. Now I know he claims to be into the environment and all that, but he's quite happy to take part in mass trampling of the countryside on horseback in order to chase and rip foxes to shreds. He loves it so much that he used his power, which a lot of people seem to think he hasn't got, to block the fox hunting ban. And he said fox hunting is natural. Oh yeah, we've all got that natural instinct, haven't we? To put on a red jacket and jodhpurs and shout tally-ho whenever we get the chance. And he called it romantic. No wonder Diana didn't stand a chance. And he called for a load of badgers to be and he endorses the burning of peat bogs on moors, causing the equivalent CO2 release as thousands of cars. Also, that loads of heather can grow for the peasants to eat. I mean the pheasants to eat. Same thing to Charlie, isn't it really? I mean, he seemingly holds both with contempt. Call me naive, but shouldn't a patron of a charity that's for the prevention of cruelty of animals not be someone who takes active enjoyment from chasing and killing them?
Here you have a prince who pretends to be everything the system wants him to be, including marrying someone who would do absolutely anything to become a royal. Does this make him full of resentment and anger? And here you have a prince who lived life on his own terms, including marrying someone who would stick by his side even if he left the royal bubble. And despite the system that raised him, he appears to be very kind and generous, a lot like his mother, whose highest calling was serving others who needed her most. Don't forget to leave your comment.
You see how I do my makeup for work? Very demure, very mindful. I don't come to work with a green cut crease. I don't look like a clown when I go to work. I don't do too much. I'm very mindful while I'm at work. See how I look very presentable? The way I came to the interview is the way I go to the job. A lot of you girls go to the interview looking like Marge Simpson and go to the job looking like Patty and Selma. Not demure. I'm very modest. I'm very mindful. You see my shirt? Only a little chichi out, not my chocho. Be mindful of why they hired you. Here's your reality check, diva. What's the name you'd like me to make it out to?
No, because it's literally been a hot freaking second since I've done one of my royal fashion recaps. So shout out to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Thank you for traveling to Colombia and giving me an excuse to crawl in my little TikTok break cave and bring you this breakdown. Now there's gonna be two looks we're covering in this video, and the first one here is giving very demure, while the second is serving as cutesy and mindful, but more on that in a minute. Now this first look is a set from Veronica Beard. I love the monochromatic vibe with those pop of metallic buttons. Just think it breaks up the look very nicely. It's sleek, it's chic, it's modern, it's showing just the right amount of skin, and it's very much giving like business, but not stuffy. She paired it with Manolo Blahnik heels and a Laura Piana handbag. I think the hair slicked back is perfect for this look, especially with that high collar. And then the makeup, beautiful. As for look number two, obviously it's giving cutesy because it's a cute dress. I love the colors, I love the gold lurex thread, again, giving us that metallic. But the mindfulness comes in with that designer choice. It's from Johanna Ortiz, who is a Colombian-born designer, and the dress is made in Colombia. She paired this dress with some Jimmy Choos and then a Cartier necklace. Now, the original dress has this like asymmetrical ruffle sleeve, and honestly, I kind of dig it. However, Meghan has more of that like sleek, minimalistic, modern vibe. So I don't know how much I see her with an asymmetrical ruffle. Now, if this dress looks familiar to you, that's probably because you're thinking of this dress by the same designer. And the silhouette is almost exactly the same as well. The only difference is that this one has straps and seems to be just a little bit longer. Now, out of the two outfits, I think I like this one the most just because I'm a pink girly, I'm a gold lurex thread girly, but I definitely love this one for like the boss vibes that it gives off. As always, I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think of these looks, but be nice. Y'all know I don't tolerate hate.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell.